game one.
With the first serve over to
0-0-2.
Gabe Tardio.
Point. One, 0-2. Point.
And again, the return. Bit of win there, too, for Ben Johns. Opening points awarded to Fu and Navratil.
Referee timeout. Oh, excuse me, what are you challenging? No, you can't challenge. No, there was no out call. You played the ball. No challenge.
There was no out call on the play. Gabe Tardio was hoping for a challenge there and was denied that opportunity.
2-0-2.
Right back to the court they went. Ryan Fu back to serve. Continuing the run.
Point.
And another windy day in the office for Ben Johns.
3-0-2. Point.
Ryan Fu studying the James Ignatowicz
4-0-2.
style of pickleball. You can see it in the foot flutter.
Light
I don't
out.
know if James would have liked that serve. But Zane, however, might have preferred it. You know, if you're not missing 9 out of 10 serves, you're not doing it right.
0-4-1.
That's what Zane's playbook calls for, right? Ooh.
Point.
Gonna happen. That's what the wind
1-4-1.
provides, a little bit of chaos. We're gonna have elite quality pickleball with some sloppy scuffles mixed in. The artistic shots from Gabe Tardio.
Point.
Missed dink from Zane. High pressure dinking.
Yeah, there's certainly an art to it, to your point. Gabe Tardio
2-4-1.
back to serve, looking to inch back in with a 2-point deficit. Good pressure from Ryan Fu. Zane Navratil pleased with his partner.
That's something you see more and more, players going for broke on their serves.
2-4-2.
It's a shot that you have all the time in the world to execute, so why not give it your all? Out of the air volleys from Ben.
Point.
Zane misses court with the unique forehand.
3-4-2.
He does have that unique nature to his game.
Point.
Crowd erupts on behalf of Gabe Tardio and Ben Johns.
4-4-2.
Oh, and that is obscenely good from Ben Johns. What kind of ball path was that?
Little assist from the wind, too. Certainly didn't help. Or did help, I guess, depending on which side you're on. For Navratil or Johns.
Yeah, you don't need to get too scientific with how the wind works, but, you know, it's the movement of air molecules. And when you provide spin on that ball, the spin will go that much more pressing against the wind resistance.
Perfect positioning, perfect paddle face for Zane Navratil. Angles it down. Seasoned veteran of the game, a 4-time Major League Pickleball champion. Zane Navratil, one of the players in men's doubles to take out the Johns brothers last season.
And he is a clown.
Christian Alshon, he is a clown, yes.
Of course, by that I mean he plays for the Fives.
4-6-2. Fight out.
You mentioned Christian Alshon. And that's the team coming into this season, huh?
6-4-1.
Or is that who we played with in the Fives last year? I gotta wait
that was in PPA style.
I have to wait for the trades to settle in before I figured out my MLP favorites.
Yes. That was in a regular PPA event that they challenged the Johns brothers in Austin, Texas last year.
Gotcha. One short trip around the sun ago.
7-4-1.
Tardio showing off the hands. Ooh!
So is Ben Johns going straight ahead on Ryan Fu off the two-hander.
Ooh, it's going to push him in.
Check this.
On that list. Such a great player. Downy soft.
8-4-1.
Relentlessly powerful. High percentage play.
Oh!
Second serve.
Strike zone with the wind helping its way up, and Johns throws it down into the net instead.
8-4-2.
Has 46 in men's doubles, but 149 career titles across the board. Could hit 150 this weekend.
Point.
Tough. Eight 4 as he does. Johns just pulls away. Benny Boy himself. That's a great spot from Zane. I like this partnership. Ryan Fu has been putting in the work. I've had the pleasure of sharing the same side of the net with him in 2024. We had a good run. We lost to his sensei, James Ignatowicz, and Ben Johns on center court. You can catch that match on the Pickleball app, the Pickleball TV app. Score lines don't show how close that match actually was. Ryan Fu played great. And he's playing even better today. Man.
Second serve.
Dangled an opportunity up for Gabe Tardio to demolish.
Five, 9-2. Light out.
Goes for a lot. Almost as if he committed to the third shot drive before the ball was before him.
Second serve.
Navi. Perfect spot.
9-5-2.
It's a high serve from Gabe. Zane could care less.
Side out. Five, 9-1. Second serve.
That's not going to cut it. Awkward paddle positioning, advancing to the kitchen line, a lot going on. That's going to cause an unforced error. There's the slop we were talking about.
Light out.
And a big gust picking up midway through that point. Tardio and Johns get a better hold of it.
9-5.
Not a bad defensive scrap, but
My bad. 9-5-1.
Oh, lovely drop from Gabe. Attacks off the bounce.
Such crafty spin. He seems more settled in today with Ben Johns than maybe the debut in Mesa. I'm sure there were a lot of emotions circulating for Gabe Tardio.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of pressure in this situation.
Yeah, this is a confident, focused Gabe Tardio. When you can kind of seclude him or isolate him by himself, that's the mode he reaches in his own mental space. So you give him that space, and that's the result you get.
Game point quickly at 10-5-2 for Tardio and Johns. Big rip on the third. Ben Johns and Gabe.
Ball, game 2.
3 millionth and some numbers fan. Love it.
And counting.
Point.
I thought he was referencing his medal count.
Yeah, and on that note of that subject from yesterday, yeah, No hibernation for Annalie Waters. She is just an ever ferocious bear out there. Great player. Navratil. Very good. I think if Zane Navratil can reach that flow state and just kind of play that cognitive game from his instincts, it's when he plays his best. Just like that. Fu in perfect position to continue. Ben, full reset.
Wow. Great touch shot down the line from Gabe Tardio.
Yeah, not too high for most, but for Gabe, strict put away.
0-1-2.
Yeah, pinching heavy middle, quick shuffle step, covers the line. Effortless touch. Does it again, couldn't follow it up though. Zane Navratil ready.
What a clown. One of the Fives champs in the MLP final. It's fun to say.
Side out.
Zane Navratil also hilarious. I think, you know, he's, what's his duper? 6.7? I think he's a 6.7 comedian as well. Ooh, Fu, fierce. Oh.
Point.
A little over-energized there. Would have loved to seen a little bit of a Zane Ford finesse drop and force the hustle from his opponents there.
2-1-1.
There's one. That's out. ATP.
Beautiful ball from Ben Johns around the post.
With a little bit of a smirk because he knows he won it twice.
Yeah.
ATP, one of those rare shots to practice, so you know he's going to get that rep in, puts it on court. Too good.
Navratil lets the ball drop outside the sideline.
Three, 1-2. Side out.
Serve is out. Zane Navratil approves.
1-3-1.
Ooh, Fu forces the drop there through the wind. I like it. Oh, but pushes it too wide. We've seen it before, but we cannot see it here today. Ben Johns forcing his opponent to go for too much. Epic drop into the wind. That's how you got to play it. That's how you make the wind your ally.
Ever so slight touch. The backhand side
2-3-2.
too. Wind curling it out of reach from Ben Johns.
Side out.
And that's how you got to play it. I played in that epic wind in Cape Coral with my mixed doubles partner Audrey, and it's like playing two different games on either side of the net. You got to play the wind game a little bit, play your pickleball game, but commit to those shots and get that ball over the net.
Second serve.
And there's the slop.
Three, 2-2.
Yikes.
Too much, almost landed in though for Navratil.
4-2-2. Side out. Two, 4-1.
Commit to the serve. You have to. You can go for even more now into that wind. Time to fire. And who knows?
Second serve. Two, 4-2.
Take a look at the wind speeds. Up to 20 miles per hour. 67 degrees, little temperature drop today too.
Point.
Nice. Patient point for Ryan Fu, gets Gabe Tardio out of rhythm.
Yeah, between 20 and 25 miles per hour. That is game impacting, to say the least.
Certainly makes things interesting.
Yeah. Navratil presses the envelope there, gets him a point. They are gamers. Hefty serve. Play continues.
Point.
Gets away from Johns. 1 point lead swings to Fu and Navratil.
5-4-2.
Fu cuts it off.
It's good.
For sure.
Muffed it.
Point.
Indeed.
2 point lead for Navratil Fu. Another look at the play.
Yeah, there's preferences, and I oftentimes prefer into the wind for these very reasons. Gabe barely touches that ball and it's out.
Point.
Another missed serve, wielding the wind to their advantage. What do you think, Michelle? We going to 3?
I suspect a comeback from Tardio and Johns in game 2. That'll be
ensuing.
Point.
Although now I don't know. Possibly stand corrected quickly.
Gonna keep it interesting.
8-4-2.
Ooh. And an Ernie to rub salt in the wound by Zane Navratil. You know, he's a player that loves to create chaos. And add the wind in for Zane Navratil, I would say he's embracing it at this point in the match.
Yeah, and you got to give it to the setup man, the goose in that scenario. Ryan Fu with that drop to provide that Ernie opportunity. Not too shabby.
Timeout called on the court. We'll see if Tardio and Johns can pull a comeback. Coming up next, the net. That's very funny.
Yeah. You can almost hear him. You can almost hear Colin from here.
Yeah.
Nine, 4-2.
Ooh, that is so nasty.
Game
It's
point.
going to take more than some net cords to get this done. Ryan Fu has the belief.
And he has game point, too.
10-4-2.
The shifty serving of Zane Navratil, known for that area of the game, and he polishes off the second. I stand corrected. 11-4, dominant finish for Zane Navratil and Ryan Fu, looking to use the win to their advantage in this one. To a third game we go, Rob Cassidy.
Yeah, going to be interesting here with the side switch as they're going to end on that good side, if you will.
Okay.
We'll see after this.
Keep an eye on that. More to come from Change will impact things here.
0-0-2.
As you pointed out ahead of the break, Tardio and Johns will have to end on the side that's maybe not their favorite.
Yeah, potentially trickier in the wind. New Vulcan ball, though, is going to be trouble to say the least. It's tough to transition from a deep game, older ball to the brand new one. You're going to see pushed out balls like that if you're not ready for it. I think the newest, a Vulcan ball right out of the package is the best Vulcan ball. Does it last long? Eh. Does it last long? Eh. But it's a very fun way to play with a new Vulcan ball.
Zero, 1-1.
No trouble with the Vulcan ball there for Gabe Tardio. Ooh.
Second serve.
And that's going to make it on a, if it was 13 miles per hour versus 18 miles per hour, 20 miles per hour, that's going over the net. Tough to gauge. Ryan Fu could care less.
Side out.
It's a crucial hold. No points for Tardio and Johns. Meanwhile, Fu and Navratil continue to build.
Yeah.
1-0-1.
Oh my goodness, that ball was halted by the wind.
Oh, it's good too. Great coverage by Tardio, takes over the left.
Here's that weird from the wind. Sloppy points, of course. Unfortunately, you got to smile it off. Zane Navratil, the best at that.
Well, when Zane beat the Johns brothers earlier last season, he talked about Part of the strategy is creating chaos. The wind adds to that strategy, I would say.
Nice
And
ATP.
Johns goes.
I like that, Michelle. Creating chaos is part of the equation to defeating the Johns brothers. Yeah.
They like
0-1-1.
controllables.
Yes, they like to control the controllables.
And when there's something uncontrollable, it adds one variable that you can't plan for, which, say, plays into the strength of a player like Navratil.
Yeah, we're pulling off layers here. If Zane can control the uncontrollables or provide them, not a bad strategy.
Just start throwing junk over, which can often work.
Point.
And as my dad would always say, speed creates chaos.
True.
And Ryan Fu's one of the fastest ones out there right now. So.
In all areas of life.
Love that, Dad. Live by it.
Point.
Tough miss from the wind. Got to shake it off. I got to give you credit, Michelle. This isn't a match that you would have expected to go 3, but here we are with some unpredictability here. Interesting stuff.
Oh,
that's all point. You can go ahead and try to call pickleball a slow game, but I think this match here proves it certainly is not.
And Zane Navratil lets out an unpredictable burst of Andiamo.
Yeah, a primal call to his fellow brethren.
A primal call. There it goes, and it's fueling something for Zane Navratil.
You got to enjoy yourself out there. I think Zane's one of the best at that, and he's doing his best to make Ben's day at the office miserable.
Point.
Even the great Gabe Tardio having a little bit of trouble with this wind.
3-3-1. Oh, let me recall.
Between 20 to 25 miles per hour. I'm curious on when and what that exact number is. We'll get Don Stanley out here with his utility belt.
3-3-1.
Yikes.
Drive attempt for Ryan Fu goes to the bottom of the net. Chance to regain the lead here.
3-3-2.
Yeah. Yeah, oh man.
Point.
That's going to stack points on the board. Ben and Gabe have been on the, rewarding side of this. Michelle, you mentioned the Johns brothers like that controlled game. That's something about their game that I respect. I really enjoy that style of play.
Recall score. 4-3-2.
They like a clean, calculated game. There's art in that. And this is a mess. Heavy.
A couple of left cords. Zane Navratil takes advantage.
Yeah, the adversity calls for improvisation, and there's definitely an art in that as well.
5-3-2.
Zane fires, then drops. Drops again. Clean. Fu's turn.
Wow, Zane Navratil hops over, takes it out of the air, and just like that, they're the first team to 6 points and an acrobatic finish for Zane Navratil. We'll be right back. The conclusion of Game 3 coming up next as Johns and Tardio head to their not-so-favorite end. Capture a 3-point lead in the third.
6-3-2.
We'll see how that impacts things from here. Wow. Oh, it was out, but maybe not with the cushion from the wind. Tardio had to make a choice.
That's the biggest takeaway, folks, today for your own game, playing into the wind, is give your opponents the opportunity to make the mistakes. That's Pickleball 101, but in the wind, that's much more critical. There it is again. Over the net, point. trouble for our 2 seed.
8-3-2. Side out.
That's a way to close the door on that run. Desperate point to obtain for Tardio and Johns to get the side out anyway.
3-1.
Silky reset from Gabe Tardio, slowing things down a bit. They need more of that.
4-8-1. Point. Five, 8-1.
Oh boy. Oh, it's good. Topspin 2. Navratil throws up a lob in desperation. Johns and Tardio sneak away with this one. What a kick from Ben Johns.
Yeah, there's into the wind, there's width to the wind, but you cannot forget the side wind. Pull that ball right. Another heavy ball. Fu whipping that ball down. Going to get it done.
Six, 8-2.
Fantastic return.
And off the net, Tardio gets a paddle on it. Chance to tie it for the world number 2.
And finally, one falls in favor of Tardio Johns.
Oh boy, tough one to drop for Ryan Fu and Zane Navratil after playing remarkable defense around the post. And just like that, a tie game situation. Everything on the line here in game 3. Which way will this one land? Will Ben Johns and Gabe Tardio survive it? Or will we have an upset? Also catch all the action on the Pickleball TV app. Meanwhile, Gabe Tardio and Ben Johns just tied it up. They're on their second serve. Last opportunity to take their first lead of game 3. Navratil and Fu in full command so far. Big rip from Ben Johns with the wind at his back. Just barely 1 point lead goes back to their side.
9-8-2.
What a play, Zane Navratil. Shifty towards the middle, gets it down.
Back to some good old-fashioned pickleball. This thing is, for the elite level, way too high. And that smash, that committed smash from Zane Navratil, too good.
Point.
Missed return. Navratil and Fu tie it at 9.
Huge stuff, and everybody knows Ben Johns loves when his opponent gets hyped up. Ryan Fu could care less. Let's go. The drop.
Ooh.
Halted.
Yeah, how you feeling right now if you're Ryan Fu? First time partnering with Zane Navratil and a chance to take out Ben Johns.
9-9-2.
He's at about cloud 6 or 7 right now, and see if with this next ball here, if he can reach that cloud 9.
Match point.
Match point on Zane Navratil's serve.
10-9-2.
Whoa, wouldn't that have been chaotic to end it on a let cord? Oh boy, this one's getting wild. One match point saved by Tardio and Johns. Heavy drive.
That's staying in!
Oh my goodness, no it's not.
Man, oh man.
You had me fooled, Rob.
That would have the wind
around the back lob.
The wind went away for a point there. to the grind.
Oh, foot fault. Wow. Costly one for Zane Navratil.
Wow.
He had the advantage.
Let's take a second look here.
Navratil's having a conversation about whether or not he can challenge a part of this play.
That was so tight, dragged off the line. If the foot was on the line during...
The call puts us at 11-10-1. We'll now proceed to video review.
Might as well be sure. Usually not a call. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Did that toe touch it, or did he drag it just enough to keep that toe above the line without contact?
Well, he needs to be in the kitchen during contact. He's certainly
might be a good
reestablished
challenge.
outside of. Wow. Let's take a look at when that ball hits his paddle. Is the most important part, is when he's making where his foot is when he's making contact with the ball.
Do you, first of all, Rob, do you see that foot for sure touching the kitchen, that toe? Are you seeing that even regardless of where he contacts? Are you even seeing that foot?
You know, I'm
in
a
there?
big shadow guy, so I mean that it doesn't necessarily constitute. There's a high, you know, that could be touching, and it could not be, and that is when the ball is touching his paddle. So that's one of our better still frames there. And with this information here, it would be not enough to overturn. So
yeah,
the call would stand. But this is as tight as it gets for sure. Just in and out there. Zane Navratil with a really intense play. He could potentially be hovering over the kitchen line there. He could be having that inside heel touching down on that angle there from that perfect still frame from the other angle there.
Call stands. Loss of a challenge. No free challenges remaining. One free challenge remaining.
Call stands.
We will resume play at 11-10-1.
Wow.
Monumental moment in the match. Match
In.
point swings the other way after saving one against. Through the middle. What a counter for Ryan Fu. The match on the line. Stands tall at the kitchen. Match point number 2 for Johnson Tardio. Oh, Ryan Fu goes straight back ahead at Ben Johns. He did not expect it to the forehand. Half second of hesitation was all it took.
Such a great exchange. Fu's off the line to kind of handle that exchange, and really just a game of advantage, not winner attempts.
Chance to tie it here. And Navratil goes to the bottom of the net. Throws his head back in disbelief. 2 match points saved. Can they tie it?
10-11-2.
Ryan Fu wanted it so bad. Overstepped on the poach. Maybe wasn't there in that moment. Side out instead. Match point number 3 for Johnson Tardio.
11-10-1.
Down the line and a winner for Gabe Tardio. That one feels good. Wow, what a win. Johnson Tardio pushed to the max.
Another